What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new episode of This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. My name, as always, is Brandon, the franchise buck, the greatest of all time, the best in the world, but more importantly, the owner of the world. And ladies and gentlemen, we have got some changes. We've got some big things coming. I can't wait to talk to you about them. We're going to get this all condensed here in the next less than 30 minutes, but it's going to be okay. You know how we do things, especially with me running the show. First and foremost, follow us on the socials. Follow us on the Twitter, on the Gram, on the Book of Face, on the Talk of Tick, and the YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, thank you so much for watching the live feed at IESR. And then, of course, our channel, This is KC Sports. You're watching my ugly mug with better lighting, I must say. Thank you very much. Better lighting for this guy, rocking out the diamond today, rocking out the T-Swift gimmicks right here. It's going to be a good day. Follow us, find us, all that good jazz. IESportsRadio.com/This is KC Sports. Of course, IESR Radio is available on your Apple, your Spotify, your Spreaker, anything podcast available. Oh my goodness gracious. Follow us on the Twitter at thisisKC_IESR. Of course, you can find me at Real Franchise. And then, let's not forget the most important thing in the world, vote for franchise for the Hall of Fame. Do it. Your children's lives depend on it. I'm just kidding. I'm completely kidding. Anyways, let's talk about some real things real quick. But first and foremost, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to pay tribute to our sponsors, the people that keep the lights on and the electricity flowing and everything that goes up in this noggin right here. And folks, we will be right back. This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Folks, we'll be right back.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Folks, we are back. This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I hate to keep saying this. I hate to keep repeating myself and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is this. We don't have a lot to say today. We do have a lot to say today, but we don't have a lot to say today. But first and foremost, we have got to say hello to Big Taryn. Good afternoon, franchise. Have a great show. Thank you very much, Taryn. I really do appreciate it. Of course, our good friend Ralph from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania fam. Happy holidays to the franchise, man. You inspire me, buddy. Have a great show. Thank you very much. Listen, Merry Christmas and enjoy the win versus my Steelers Wednesday. I've lost all confidence in them. Oh, God. I don't even know if I want to address that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll just, we'll do our thing. We'll do our thing. How about that? Goodness. So we're going to be talking a little bit about the Chiefs. We're going to talk about some things going on around the world of Kansas City. I just have to say, if anybody is either listening to this, watching this live, whatever the case may be, I'm telling you something. Y'all need to go to Union Station. They've got a beautiful Christmas display. For some reason, my notifications are blowing up like the frickin' 4th of July and whatnot. So, I mean, that's great. I love activity like that. I just got to remember to kind of put the notifications on pause on the iPad here. But anyways, you guys need to go to Union Station. You guys need to check out the Christmas display. They got the Christmas lights out there. They got Santa Claus with the trolley, especially for the kids and what have you. They've got a beautiful, bright display where you can take selfies and photos and what have you. There's a special place that I'm going to be going at Union Station where I don't know. I might have to take somebody there and get a little selfie stuff. Goodness gracious, though. But if you want to do something for me for Christmas, vote for me for IESR Hall of Fame. That'll be good. That'll be good for me. Let's talk a little bit about NCAA football, Division II. Or excuse me, NJCAA. Hutchinson defeats Iowa Western 28-23 as the Blue Dragons earn their second national championship in program history and their first in 2020. In their first since 2020. That is a big deal. Hutchinson's just over that way on the west side. It is it's a very humble area. It'll definitely humble you up a little bit, especially if you know how the Varsity Blues movie goes about and what have you. That's kind of how Hutchinson football is. Very, very country. They take their sports seriously. However, they care more about their Kansas roots a little bit more seriously. So then when big things happen like this, it's great for the community. It's great for the town and all that good jazz. So, I mean, that's just some great stuff. Larry B, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for the help and the support, like you and Ralph and Taryn and everybody else. You know it just as much as I do, and I'm sure some people on the inside kind of know where I'm going to be taking the direction of the show. We will talk about that at the very tail end Nothing juicy, nothing anything like that. We're not here to do any of that stuff. We're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy ourselves. We're here to broadcast Kansas City sports, both on the Kansas side, on the Mizzou side, and what have you. Um, you'll understand what I'm saying at the tail end of the show. Of course, Ralph, thank you very much, sir. I really do appreciate your support. I appreciate all of the love that y'all have given me throughout the last couple of months since my return to IESR. It has been great. You're one of the guys that I indefinitely interact with on my personal and on This is KC. So, I mean, thank you very, very much. Let's talk about some other things here while we still have some time. Let's talk about men's college basketball. 9-2 KU moves up to 7 from 8. They defeated Brown 87 to 53. Yesterday at home, we'll host the 9-2 Western Virginia Mountain Mama on New Year's Eve. Guess who's not going to be watching that? Me. Why? Because I have to deal with the Kansas City Crazies. That's okay. That's okay. What they don't know can't hurt them, so I'll probably be streaming that from my phone. But anyways, yeah, KU. It's so funny about KU though. I've gotta say this because when I was living in Southeast Kansas, completely different. KU and K State were the two big schools that people supported if it wasn't Pittsburgh State. So was it really that dramatic? No. But since moving back to the Kansas City area, I have realized that I have seen people from college kids to adults. I think people like my age and up, they're kind of cool hand Luke. Whereas I literally saw a kid not too long ago. Um, the score was like 87-70, and because of the fact the other team or the other school was making baskets and KU wasn't at the time, he was freaking out, and there was 2 minutes left. I'm just like, bro, there's 2 minutes left. It's 87-70 now, 72, and you're freaking out like it's a 87-86 game. Like, calm your shit. Like, God, it's not that serious. Um, let's see here. God bless it, everyone. Men's college basketball. Kansas State, 6-5 Kansas State recently lost to the 9-3 Wichita State, 84-65. You know the mascot name for Wichita. I'm not going to talk about it, but on Saturday we'll play number 17 Cincinnati. Monday, that is that today? That is it? I don't even know what today is. Today's the 23rd, so next week. Phew. It's been a Monday. Let's just say that it's been a Monday. That'll be something to watch. Kansas State versus Wichita State. Kansas State versus any Kansas team. Wichita State, KU. Sometimes UMKC and definitely Pitt State. It's always fun to watch. It's always fun to kind of gain their knowledge and this and that, what have you. So be on the lookout for that next Monday on the 30th. Obviously, the day before New Year's Eve. Be sure to catch those Wildcats and see if they can't switch up the season just a little bit. Let's talk about bowl season. Bowl season. First and foremost, vote for the franchise. Hall of Fame. Do it. Do it. Christmas is depending on it. Bowl season, 8-4. Kansas State will take on 7-5 Rutgers in the Rate Bowl on Thursday, December 26th. That will be actually pretty interesting because I see Rutgers going back and forth with the back and forth of the game. K-State, I mean, they once they get the momentum running, they do, but then it runs out and then they lose a lot of traction. So, I mean, it's kind of up in the air about how everything is going to go. We'll just cross that bridge when we get to it, just like any other team. With that being bowl season, we got Kansas that went 4-5 and did not make the bowl. Fancy that, But, it is what it is. So, I mean, KU won't be there. K-State will. So if you want to represent a Kansas team, even if they might not be your colors, definitely go for K-State. Folks, we are going to take another quick commercial break right quick. We're going to pay some pay some more money to our people that keep the lights on and this and that. And we will be right back. We're going to be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, and then we're going to be talking about what is going on with the future of This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio. So stay tuned. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We will be right back.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at @sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's up, Pittsburgh? This is Ralph Galise, the host of the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Are you that passionate die-hard Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, or just a Pittsburgh sports fan? Then please join me on the Injury Report every Tuesday on IE Sports Radio, the direct feed for all that is sports, and I will update you on all that's black and gold. Have you telling your Pittsburgh fans and friends what's up with Pittsburgh sports. Tune in Tuesday with me, Ralph Galise, the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go!
What's up, everybody? This is Terry Aaron Rodriguez. Are you a fan of volleyball? Are you a fan of Thunder Spikes? Then I have the show for you, Set Point, where I cover NCAA men's and women's volleyball, high school boys and girls volleyball, beach volleyball, and even professional volleyball. Catch the action every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of 76 for This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. As always, I am Brandon the Franchise Buck, the greatest of all time, the best in the world, but more importantly, the owner of the world. Follow us on the Twitter, the Gram, the Book of Face, the Talkie Tick, and YouTube at IE Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch all of our podcast needs on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, all that good jazz. Whenever you need to go to listen to your podcast needs, especially if you're unable to watch us live on the YouTube. Of course, follow us at Twitter at ThisIsKC_IESR. Yours truly will be running that feed and this and that. Definitely keep up to date and check us on out. Make sure you hit the little notification button that tells you whenever we send out a tweet. We being me, simply because of the fact that because my schedule is so crazy that I can't really tell you if we're going to be doing it on a Monday. I know there was a thing that we were saying we were going to be doing it on a Friday. Then I get a phone call from my captain basically telling me he needs me to do this. And then I get a phone call from my manager telling me I need to do that. It's insane. I'm running out of beard dye. For those of you that can see me on the live feed, it's nuts. It's insane. Of course, follow me at Real Franchise if you want to see all of my crazy antics. And while you're doing that, vote for me for the IESR Hall of Fame. That's what we got. That's what we need. That's what we love. Oh, of course, as always, premium jerky. Oh my gosh, Planet Jerky, premium brisket, beef jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet. IE Sports Radio, obviously proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Big things for mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off. They're comfortable and aspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. That is always a big thing. I don't care if you're male, female, whatever the case may be. Mental health is a big thing. Goodness gracious. What do we say? We're not going to say a whole lot because we're running out of time here. Chiefs are still the Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs. How are we still the Chiefs? Because we are getting away with murder every single week. And guess what? According to Ralph, we might have a chance at another case. And another charge, if you will, this coming week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm going to be honest with you. There is a lot we should have done this last game against the Texans, and we didn't. And, I mean, here's the thing on that. Here's coming from somebody that has been watching the Chiefs since the Joe Montana era. Yeah, that's right, kids. I've been watching the Chiefs longer than before Patrick Mahomes was probably even alive. So with that being said, let's just cut the baloney here right quick. Let's talk getting real here. It is Christmas. It is against the Steelers. Mike Tomlin knows how to play some ball, and he definitely knows how to play some ball against Andy Reid. Is this going to be another season where the Chiefs lose on a holiday? I hope not, because if they do, Christmas is ruined forever. That's just how it is. I'm bringing the dramatics into this. Why? Because I can. It's my show. I'll do what I want. Patrick needs to watch out on that ankle. He doesn't need to be running them up just because of the fact he wants to gain yardage or gain points. He needs to watch that ankle because I need that in titanium steel this coming postseason. I also need Pop and I need Kareem to do a little bit more than just run up the middle. When it comes to D-Hop, when it comes to Juju, when it comes to Hollywood, when it comes to Xavier, don't do too much. Give me 10 yards. Do some backyard bullshit. Give me 10 yards. That's all I need. And then maybe late in the second, early in the third, go ahead. Go nuts. Go crazy. It doesn't matter. But what do we do against Pittsburgh? We win. Now, let's fast forward to the Broncos game. Okay, I read something, and I really wish I took the time to actually screenshot that. But I read something that we're in a position, or at least the Bengals are in a position where if the Broncos beat us on the very last game of the season, Cincinnati has a chance to go into the postseason. Now, if that's true, here's what I have to say about that. The fact of the matter is this. I believe, and this might be a professional wrestling thing, I don't know, but the fact of the matter is, I believe deep down in my core that if you want to be the best, you've got to play the best and you got to beat the best in order to say and continue to say that you are the best. Right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are the best record and because of the fact of our Super Bowl status. So, do we just lay down low and let the Broncos beat us in order for Cincinnati to come on in or not come on in? Or do we just annihilate them with Carson Wentz and whoever's on second and third string and hope for the best? And if the Broncos beat us or if the Broncos lose, then Cincinnati is in, out. I can't remember. I probably just switched that on up, and I'm so sorry. I'm kind of like blah, 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 all over the place. It is what it is. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That's all I got to say about that. I promise you the next time we talk about this, it's going to be a lot more detailed. We're going to be starting on time. We started a little bit late because I need to get some feedback from the powers that be and here and there. And I obviously do not want to take up any more time than what is needed to be. With that being said, I know, and first and foremost, for everybody that is watching on the feed right now, thank you so much. I love the fact that my first show back solo after X amount of years, I am doing this with 56 live viewers right now. I'm probably going to have some people that are going to be watching the replay, which is totally fine. I sometimes watch the replay just to critique myself. And then the people that will be listening to this on whatever outlet that they use, whether it be Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. So I have gotten a lot of messages about hey, Brandon, we saw that there's going to be some changes with This is KC Sports. What exactly is going on? What's happening here? So the fact of the matter is this. 4.5, 5 years ago, I was introduced to a gentleman by the name that we will call Larry B. And he had presented to me this idea of IE Sports Radio, where we talk about sports and this and that, kind of like an ESPN kind of thing. He had mentioned that he noticed that I was from Kansas City. He wondered if I would like to, say some piece and say some things about Kansas City on the show. I said absolutely, and that I would have my own show, and everything was great until things weren't great anymore because life got very, very complex for me when I was living in Southeast Kansas. So the show took a very short hiatus, came back with a brand new man by the name of Bishop, and Bishop ran the reins for this show for about 2 or 3 years, give or take. And then I was asked to come back and tag team with Bishop this summer. We had great shows. We had phenomenal shows. The best thing I can say is with this show, I envision this show not only as my baby, but also in the same sense now, but also in the same sense that I want everybody in the Kansas City area to know that if there is a go-to podcast or video cast, whatever you want to call this, if there is a go-to for people in Kansas City that want to know stuff about sport, that want to know stuff about random things such as Union Station and getting, your pictures done and this and that, the Crown Center, the Plaza, whatever, they're going to come to This is KC Sports, hosted by Brandon the Franchise Buck. Now, unfortunately, as we move forward, we had to leave some luggage behind, if you will, some precious cargo. And I want to take the time, and I'm going to be saying this directly into the camera here. With what time that we have left, I am going to be looking directly into the camera, and I wanted to say how absolutely appreciative I am of Bishop over on the Missouri side and how he held the reins while I was trying to get my life back together. I was able to get my life back together. There's certain times that I was having heart problems and this and that. Bishop took the reins and took the show under his accord and what have you, and it really, really did. It meant a lot to me, and it did not go unnoticed at all. I have a lot of hope for Bishop. I have a lot of hope that because of the knowledge that he gained through This is KC Sports and IE Sports Radio, that whatever he decides to do later on down the road, he is going to be successful at. He knows what to do. He's got the tools to do it. He's been doing this show for a minute before I came back, and I have every hope and every positive thinking that Bishop is going to be doing what he needs to do in order to make himself successful, in order to make his Bishop brand successful. And I firmly believe, with that being said, that he's going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine. And this is also a direct invitation. I don't know if you're going to be hearing the show, if you're going to be watching this show, whatever the case may be. But Bishop, wherever you are on the Missouri side, if there's ever a time that you would like to join me and talk a little bit about Kansas City stuff, and make jokes about some fanatics that we have on the Kansas side and on the Missouri side, and what have you. I would absolutely welcome you with open arms. I know that you're a busy man, taking care of the missus and taking care of your son and all that jazz and whatnot. But especially if we keep the show on a regular basis schedule that we've done in the past, there's no real drastic changes. I believe off of my memory that you'll be available, and I want you to know that the door is definitely open for you, sir. If there's ever a time that, especially after a game or whatever the case may be, you would like to swing on by and shoot the breeze, if you will. So with that being said, folks, we are going to go ahead and end the show because Daddy Warbacks has some places to be and some things to do. I'm going to take a little up close selfie here just for my own accord because this is great. Thank you. We went from 50 people to 87, 88 people now in a matter of minutes. And that is great. And I hope that every single person that's watching this right now, all 85, 86, 87 of you, whatever the case may be, you remember, keep up with me on social media. This is KC_IESR, as well as Real Franchise, both on Twitter. Keep up with me. I'll be live tweeting games, especially on my personal. And on This is KCIESR. I will be keeping up with you guys on updates on what's going to be happening with the show. This is going to be a new thing. It's just going to be me for right now until further notice. And realistically, guys, I mean, please, if you want to interact with us, if you're watching me right now, please say something in the comment box. I'll be able to read it and I'll be able to post it on up. Here, I will show you an example if you're watching this right now. Booyah! From our good friend Taryn Rodriguez. Other than that, guys, there's not really much to say. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of your toes. I'm going to do my thing, and I really hope that everybody does theirs as well. Folks, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for joining me on my debut solo episode 76 show of This is KC Sports. Of course, as always, I am the greatest of all time, the best in the world, but more importantly, the owner of the world, Brandon the Franchise Buck. And until next time, I'll catch you guys down the road.